The all-new Goldees offset is easily the craziest backyard smoker on the market right now.
Design came from us here at Goldees. We sat down and kind of figured out how to make a backyard smoker like worth every penny. You know what we wanted to do and what I think we accomplished with this design. We're just really happy to see it now. And we partnered up with M&M, the pit builders that built our rotisserie that we have here at Goldees. We asked them, hey, we got this design that we like. We showed it to him. He, built basically exactly what we wanted, and it's been going really well. It's been working really good.
The Goldees Smoker Firebox is 24 inches long, and the cook chamber is 50 inches long, making it slightly larger than the Millskill 94, but smaller than the Fat Stack 120. But the coolest thing about this smoker is it has a massive cooking capacity, which we'll be testing out in just a bit. Can you walk us through the design choices for the smoker, starting with the smokestack all the way down to this unique firebox?
I think people are going to really notice the firebox design. That's a given. Basically, we made it where the meat can't see the fire, and we felt like that was a big upgrade to the designs of backyard smokers. When we were designing it, we told M&M like we want the grate to go end to end, and we told them we think the design that we've come up with will allow you to cook end to end, and no more deflector plate, no more scooting the meat really far back, or not being able to utilize like 1/3 of your smoke chamber. That's really what this design is all about. So when you're looking at it, you're really looking at like a backyard smoker that could maybe hold the capacity of a 250.
And just for reference, this is my 250-gallon offset, which is about 3 times the size of the Goldees backyard offset. And because the fire in the firebox is connected directly to the cook chamber, from about here to the end of the cook chamber, I basically can't use it because any food I put there is going to burn. And as a result, I can fit about 10 briskets on the smoker on the main cooking grate. But with the Goldees smoker, because the fire doesn't have direct access to the cook chamber, you can use the whole cooking grate and fit like 6 to 8 briskets total.
As far as the elbow or a collector, I think any of those designs coming out of the smokestack are fine. We picked it to look a little bit even, like as far as like a 90 coming out and 90 going in.
Yeah, it looks a lot more like symmetrical.
Yeah, it's a lot more symmetrical having the 90 going out and the 90 going in. We really like that look.
And personally, I love the design of this smoker. It looks like a little man holding a briefcase, trying to hail a taxi. But the design is more than just style, because its function is going to be an absolute game changer for the backyard offset market.
So we actually use it here at Goldees now. Since we've gotten it in, we've been cooking all our turkeys on it every morning because there's so much pit space. We could fit 12 to 18 turkeys on it. Just cooking on something that you kind of designed and made, it's just a lot of fun, and we really like that we're able to do that here.
So when I eat tomorrow, that means that I'm eating, some of the food is cooked on this smoker.
Some of the food that the turkey you have tomorrow will be cooked right on the Goldees backyard smoker.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the turkey here at Goldees is no joke. It's super juicy and smoky, easily the best turkey I've ever had. And it's crazy that you can now buy the same smoker and make Goldees barbecue in your own backyard. But today we're not doing turkeys. Instead, we'll be cooking up something to really put this smoker to the test. So what are we cooking today?
Today we have on 3 racks of ribs and a whole pork belly that I've cubed up. I kind of chose to do this to showcase on the pork ribs, smallest bone on there, hoping to showcase that will still be juicy with like not a whole lot of effort going into the fire management side to make that happen. But they're just naturally gonna come off a lot more juicy off of this smoker. And then with the pork belly, you can see that I cubed it up pretty small. I wanted to show that you shouldn't be too scared to do, sharp corner edges anymore. And you can cook these like thin pieces of meat right up in the front and not have to worry about them burning up. And that's why we like this design so much, is because we can, you take a little bit of that effort out in the fire management, and you put it in, and you just make it better being able to use this whole entire grate and not having to worry about burning up any of your meat that you have on.
So how are we gonna season the proteins?
So today I'm just going with the all-purpose on the pork ribs, and then we're looking at the Goldees brisket rub on the pork belly because it is so fatty. So it needs that extra little bit of salt that we have in that brisket rub. So that's what we're gonna use today.
And we definitely packed this smoker. We put the 3 racks of ribs on the left side and then just filled up the rest of the smoker with those pork bellies. And we'll see at the end just how evenly everything comes out once it's all done cooking. So because of the unique design of the firebox with that pipe, is there any different way that we have to run the fire to run this pit?
No, I wouldn't say so. I think now like all logs will fit. anything that gets it up to the temp will work. You still don't want like a huge fire in there, obviously. Like, you know, if you're going to 300, 325, you want to still keep like a pretty low, slow fire or whatever. But for the most part, fire management is super simple. Like, you want to build a big coal bed before you put the meat on, and then put the meat on, and then throw a couple logs on, and then you're good to go.
Seriously, we used the same splits that Goldees uses to run their 1,000 gallon smokers and rotisserie smoker to run this little offset, and it was super chill, super easy. It was the easiest experience I have ever had running a backyard offset, and because of the wide and tall smokestack, this smoker draws like a champ. And usually when I cook in my Pecos offset, or from my experience with other backyard sized offsets, 300 degrees is kind of like the danger zone. Because instead of doing a low and slow barbecue cook, you end up doing more of a direct heat cook because, again, the firebox is connected to the cook chamber and those flames are pretty much right next to the food. But for the majority of the cook on the Goldees offset, we were cooking between 275 degrees Fahrenheit and 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and the food was cooking beautifully.
Alrighty, we're about 3 hours into this. These are looking great. These ones around the edges are looking really nice. But what's cool is that I left these corners on, and since they're not taking so much direct heat, they're still really, really nice and soft. Same with all these corners. And then the ribs, we're just looking at these tiny bones. They're nice and soft and juicy still. Overall, I'm really happy with this. The evenness is really, really nice, and they're all super soft.
I was really shocked at just how even all the pork bellies cooked. And more importantly, when we cut into it, the pork belly was super nice and tender. No burnt edges, no crispy bottoms, just beautiful, juicy pork. And the ribs were insane. And just like Johnny said, the small bone at the end of the rib was not crispy or dry at all. Look at that. Super juicy. No joke, these ribs tasted like the ones they sell at Goldees on the weekend.
W rib. That's good stuff. The Goldees rub, the Goldees glaze, Goldees smoker. That's number one. That's number one.
So how can people buy this smoker for their own backyard?
You'll be able to find them on our website and M&M website.
Right on. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.